Hi everyone, my name is Emily and I'm the young adult librarian at the Rock Island Public Library, and this month's Manga Monday title is Cardcaptor Sakura Clear Card. And I bring this book today because it is April 1st and that is this character's birthday, but also this series, the last volume is coming out, I believe, today, or usually books come out on Tuesdays, but this one is about to be released. And this series has been going on for a bit. Some of the earliest manga I read were the original Cardcaptor Sakura series. And in this one, you meet a girl. Like, you don't have to read from the beginning, you can if you'd like, but there's this girl. Her name is Sakura. And she is in junior high, and she has had sort of an interesting life these past few years because her dad had this book in his library, and it turned out to contain magical cards. And in releasing them, Sakura had to become a card captor and recapture these magical entities. And she became sort of the master of the Cloud cards. And at this point, one of her main people she hangs out with is Kiro Barros, who can transform. And I will say there's several people in this series that maybe they look like one thing, but they're something else. Like Kiro looks like a little stuffed animal, but he has a lot of magic power and can do a lot of things. But what you should know is Sakura, she's very close to her dad, and there's her older brother. Now, her dad is actually one half of the reincarnation of a magician called Clow Reed. And Clow Reed was the one who made these cards in the beginning. And you get all this recap at the start. But all this is to say that Sakura, she is walking to school one day, and she's very excited because this kid, this is Shoran Lee, they were sort of working together in the first couple series, and he left. I think he went back to Hong Kong, but then junior high is beginning, and oh, he's come back. He's come back to Japan. Oh, this is Sakura's best friend, Tomoyo. And these guys, what they find in this first volume is something strange is happening with the cards again. So for example, this is Yukito. Yukito is Sakura's brother's best friend slash love interest. It's sort of like, yes, they're together, but usually the way people describe it is, oh, those two are always together. And I think there could be a translation that keeps it even vaguer. I believe the original TV series maybe did that. But yeah, this couple, these guys, they were one of like the first couples I can remember from manga where it was just like, oh yeah, they're in high school. At this point, they're in college. They're adults, and they just, yes, they're still very close. And what I should say also is that Yukito, he can transform into another one of Sakura's magical guardians. And so this is Yue. And we see him, I don't know if he even shows up in the first volume, but basically when these different transformations happen, usually it's because of magical shenanigans, and there's different ones. Oh, there's Yue. Yue's right there. So he looks a lot like Yukito, and they share a body, but they are different people with like different consciousnesses. And so one night Sakura, she has this dream, and it's sort of alarming. There's this figure, and something has happened to the cards. And when she wakes up, she finds that this has in fact happened. And so this is her staff she uses to awaken the cards when needed. And okay, yeah, that's first dream. Anyway, these are Sakura's guardians in their like main, or I guess more powerful forms, because usually they're in like the Kiro and Yukito forms. But following this dream, Sakura wakes up and she has a new staff that she can summon. And she ends up encountering on the way to school a new card that she has to, again, sort of get a handle on and figure out, okay, I'm going to seal this thing. And she does this, and it sort of looks transparent, this card. And so nobody is quite sure. Tomoyo is sad because her favorite thing to do is make clothes. Her mother is a fashion designer, and she loves to make clothes for Sakura for her various magical adventures. But Shoran and Sakura are both kind of concerned because it's like, why is this happening? Who's doing this? Or what's behind this? And I will say in the first two series, they were both 6 volumes long. Sakura was in elementary school. So even though maybe you were concerned about like, oh, what's going on? Well, mean, at the end of the day, she was an elementary school kid, and you never felt like she was in that much danger. And sure enough, both of the main conflicts of the first two series sort of end up being tests. Like, more than anything else, it's to make sure that she's the right person to be the new master of these cards. But in this case, you have this sort of new group of magical people on the scene, and there is a girl who ends up joining Sakura's class, and then there's a boy who's a bit older, and he is like the servant of this young lady. And he's a powerful magic user, but he's got kind of a dark past. And so the book explores, I mean, in this first one, you're just kind of getting back to Sakura, once again, capturing cards, but also wondering, okay, but what's happened to cause the cards to change? So it's a fun fantasy series. Again, this is one of the first mangas I ever read, and this has been an ongoing series for a while, but I mean, it's coming to an end again. At the same time, though, I don't know that it's actually ending for good. I can definitely see how, well, maybe in the future, there will be further adventures of Cardcaptor Sakura. So check this out. And thank you for watching. I will see you again in May.